Sekou told me to clean my lens, and then I don't know what happened. It just all went black. Good day, everybody. Oh, life is so wonderful. Happy day, Nan. Good day, Tim. Good day, Mommy. Good day, Pastor Al. It's good to see everybody. Thank you for joining me today for Sit with Red Melissa. And I am Red Melissa. I'm just turning off my phone here. All right. Hey, y'all. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Spirit and Practice. I am Red Melissa, and we know that practice makes progress, right? Practice makes progress, Vanessa. So let me start. Although I know they don't really watch the show, but I want to just give a shout out to my brother David and to my uncle Joey. Today is their birthday, so shout out to the two of them, and shout out to all the June birthdays. Shout out to all the birthdays. Yes, a little fireworks there. All right, so today is day 9 of the 30-day body tone commitment. How are you all doing? Let me know. Put it in the comments. How are you doing? What day are you on? I'm doing great. I went out yesterday. It was humid here in New York, but I went out and I went further than I thought I would go. And my pace was faster than I thought it would be. It's so weird, right? So that felt good. And I'm going to go out today at some point. And my daughter asked if she could go walking with me today. Mind blown, right? that really happens. All right, Vanessa is doing. Oh, so that reminds me. So you all know, or you may not know, Sekou has a Doing Tribe page on Facebook. So join Sekou's Doing Tribe page and put in how you're doing and what you're doing. All right? Because I'm not doing another page, y'all. I know from time to time you'll send me messages, Red Melissa, you could do a page on Facebook, and then throughout the day, we could put comments and we could. I'm sorry, y'all. No, I'm just not doing it. Not right now, at least. Not right now. So for right now, Sekou has it already set up. We're all doing the do. So let's do it there in the Doing Tribe, okay? Because we're all one. We're all one. Joy, heroes. We all in this together, all right? All right. All right. So we are in our knee series, right? And remember, the acronym for need that we chose is knowing now, that you all chose actually. Knowing now expresses exactly. Knowing now expresses exactly. Knowing now expresses exactly. And that has become like a mantra for me. Like it settles me down. It really does. I take a deep breath in and I just close my eyes. And for some reason, I clap my hands. I don't know why, but I go, knowing now expresses exactly. Knowing now expresses exactly. I'm sure there's some physiological, psychological connection to doing this. It works for me. It lands in my body in a very concrete way. So, knowing now expresses exactly what I need to know now. What I need to know now. So, I want to share something that happened yesterday. Let me see, I came back from my walk and I had a 1 o'clock meeting with my HR client. And the purpose of the meeting was to give her some high level information about information that I have gathered from the focus groups that I've done with her staff, right? And it's been a wonderful experience. It's been a wonderful experience. Thank you, Nan. Thank you, Nan. Nan has posted the link to the Doing Tribe link group on Facebook. So the Doing Tribe group on Facebook, there you have it. No excuses. She just made it really easy for everybody. So I come home. I'm still outside the front door. I have my key in my hand, and I get this like whoosh over me, like a whoosh comes over me. And the whoosh is like, cancel the meeting, like almost in a panic. Cancel the meeting, right? And I was like, it startled me actually, right? And so I stood at the front door for a second. And as I stood there, I could feel like anxiety in my body. And for me, it's like here, like someone is pushing down on my chest. And all I'm hearing in my mind is cancel the meeting. We think of something. Oh, say that you got locked out of the house. You could say you got locked out of the house and you have to cancel the meeting, right? And I'm still like, it almost felt like an out-of-body experience I was having, because I've been feeling fine about the meeting, right? It was fine. But in a whoosh, cancel the meeting, say you got locked out, reschedule it, you're not ready, like all of this, like within a second, all of this comes up for me. And so I put my key in the door, come through my front door, and I say calmly outside, out loud, we're fine. We're not going to cancel the meeting. Everything is okay. What's going on? Right? And I almost want to cry. And it's my 5-year-old. It's my little girl inside of me that at times I'm not really clear what the triggers are, but at times feels so unworthy. Feels so unworthy. Feels like she's not enough. She's not ready. She's going to fail. Like, I mean, it was like the whoosh was so big over me. And I came in the house, I sat down on the couch, and what came to mind was knowing now expresses exactly. Right? So I sat on the couch, I said, okay, knowing now expresses exactly. What is it that I need to know now? What is it that she needs to know now? What is it that my little girl needs to know now? Little Melissa, what is it that she needs to know now? Right? She needs to know that she's good, just as she is. She needs to know that she's worthy. She needs to know that this outside work stuff that she does, that the big Melissa does, right, does not define who she is or her worthiness. That if she fails or if she succeeds, doesn't define who she is and her worthiness, right? I need to know that. The 5-year-old of myself needs to know that. The 10-year-old of myself needs to know that. The 15-year-old of myself needs to know that. The 20-year-old of myself needs to know that. The 25-year-old of myself needs to know that. The 32-year-old of myself needs to know that. The 40-year-old of myself needs to know that. The 50-year-old of myself needs to know that. I need to know that. All aspects of who I am is grounded in I am worthy. I am enough, just as I am. And nothing that I do can change that. Nothing that I don't do can change that, right? I recognize that I have a tendency to self-sabotage myself when I allow that aspect of myself to make the decisions. There has been, I can't tell you how many occasions when that whoosh comes over me and says, don't do that, cancel it, don't go, stay in the bed, um, watch another episode, you know, that, and I just let it go. I let it go ahead, and I go with that plan, right? I go with that plan. But what I need to know now, what is expressing exactly always, is that I am wholeness itself. And what is my quality for 2022? It is trust and wholeness. Trust and wholeness. Now, when I selected wholeness, I didn't select it with this in mind, with my little girl. But I wasn't even, I was like, she good, right? We've been doing this work for a long time, right? She good. My little girl is good, right? But there's still those occasions. And like I said, I don't know exactly what the trigger is. And it really doesn't matter to me, because sometimes the why delays the blessing, the healing, when we want to spend all this time in the why. What I needed to know now is that there's my little girl on occasions feels unworthy, feels afraid, feels she's going to mess up. And if she messes up, that means that she's a mess up. And that is not the truth. That is not the truth. That's not the truth for me. And that's not the truth for any one of you. Right? Yes, Nan, it's so deeply embedded. It's so deeply embedded. And they're not hard to dig out, Nan. What's hard is for us to sit in it, for us to acknowledge it, right? To not brush it off, to not ignore it. It comes up. The digging it up and digging it out is not the hard part. It's there, right? It's there, right beneath the surface sometimes. If we would acknowledge it, acknowledge ourselves, acknowledge those parts of ourselves that still hurt for whatever the reason, right? Otherwise, for me, I do other stuff. I took this into my journaling because journaling is really works for me to dig even deeper, Nan. And so these are my otherwise, right? If I let my 5-year-old make the decisions from that place of unworthiness that she feels because she's afraid, right? This is the otherwise. Otherwise, I self-sabotage myself. Otherwise, I create stress for myself. Otherwise, I delay the inevitable. I would still have to have the meeting at some point, right? I call and say, oh, I'm sorry, I got to cancel the meeting because I'm locked out the house, right? That's a big old lie, right? And at some point, I'm going to have the meeting, right? These people are paying me. How long you think this is going to go on, right? But for a 5-year-old, none of that matters. None of that matters. There's no understanding and comprehension of that, right? Otherwise, I feel pressure. Otherwise, I feel bad. Otherwise, I doubt myself. Otherwise, I start to shut down. Otherwise, I medicate myself with busyness, with other busyness, and life feels barren again. I am wholeness. I am wholeness. So when this opportunity presented itself, I knew that this was a knowingness that was expressing itself exactly right now for me to heal again. And I am so grateful for that. Don't ignore any aspects of yourself. We are not in pieces, we are in wholeness. My 5-year-old is not a piece of me, she's the whole of me. She's the whole of me. My 56 self, I'm 50. How old am I? I'm in my 50s. Vanessa, how old am I? Because that's how I remember. I say, how old is Vanessa? Right? However old I am right now, it's the wholeness of me. Right? It's the wholeness of me. So, me. Thank you, Vanessa. I'm 55 years old. My 5-year-old, my 55-year-old is the wholeness of who I am. And who I am is worthy. Who I am is enough. Who I am is good. Who I am is divine. This body is the sacred site of God. And so when I feel that pressure, when that whoosh comes over me, let me take the time to just pause and slow things down. And as I share the story with you all that happened yesterday, the amount of time that it took for me to share the story is way more time than it actually took for me to go through that process with myself. It didn't take a lot of time. It took, I'm telling y'all, it took minutes because I practice. Because I practice. Because I practice feeling my feelings. I practice slowing it down. I practice taking that pause. Right? So I went ahead, I settled myself into myself again, right? I checked in. She was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. And she even said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I said, it's okay. And you don't have anything to be sorry about. It's all good. Thank you. Thank you. I went ahead, got myself together, and had the meeting. And the meeting was fabulous, right? So life is always in conversation with us. Always. This started with my knee hurting me, right? It started with my knee. And underneath that was another level of healing, of integration, of wholeness. I didn't know that's where this was going. But when we trust, which is my other quality, just trust. See, just trust. It's all in there, y'all. It's all in there. It's all in there. All right. All right. So I'm just trusting that I'm ready. And when it comes up, I'm ready. I'm ready to hold it. I'm ready to look at it. I'm really ready to love it. Yes, 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 yes. So this is another example of putting that quality spin on it, right? To put that quality spin. My quality is wholeness and trust. What is here for me in quality and trust, in wholeness and trust? What is here for me, Lindsay, in joyful trust? What is here for me, Vanessa, in abundance and freedom? What is here for me when we have those moments of whoosh? Don't run from it. Don't ignore it. Don't abandon yourself again. Mm. Don't abandon yourself. All right. So let's just take a breath in. Knowing now expresses exactly. Say it with me. Just close your eyes. Take a breath. Knowing now expresses exactly. One more time. Knowing now expresses exactly. All right, y'all. All right. I see some of the comments. Yes, Nan, don't abandon yourself again. Yeah, what we do, we know better. We know better now. We do. We do. We do. Thank y'all. Thank you for that love. I feel it. I feel it. I receive it. And I send it right back to you. All right. All right. Let's get into some joy news. All right. This weekend, Sunday, Living Life in Joy, 10:30 a.m. We are celebrating Black Music Month. My husband, Marco Nobles, is curating the episodes, the shows this month. And I have a wonderful guest this weekend. Useku, the Flyers is in there. Um, Adina Nari and Lorinda Robinson. They are both singers, songwriters, and they are the co-founders of Pie Fest, which is an event that is coming up over the summer. It's a series, and they support other artists. I love artists supporting artists. It's a beautiful thing. Had a wonderful conversation. Please tune in on Sunday at 10:30 a.m. for that. And then right after, we have Sunday in Praise at Rockland CSL, where I am the senior minister. We are celebrating June. Also is Body Tone, Body Tone, and we're in our 30-day Body Tone commitment. And the topic for Sunday is One Body, the One Body. So rocklandcsl.org, go to our website, click on Sunday service to join us on Zoom, or you can watch on Facebook where we live stream. To further support us in our Body Tone month, we have a class starting called Restart Your Health in 5 weeks. It starts on June 14th. It's 5 weeks. The investment is $125. It's from 7 to 8:30 p.m. It is on Zoom, so you could take it anywhere you are on the planet. And I am registered to take it. It's being taught by one of the members of Rockland CSL, Susie. She is a functional nutritional therapy practitioner. It's going to be dynamic. So there's elements of education, like really understanding what we're putting into our bodies, what works, what doesn't work, what our body needs, fuel for our bodies, right? There's elements of what we need to eliminate and what we need to incorporate. So I'm really looking forward to the class. You can register by going to rocklandcsl.org, and all the information is there. Our next meditation with the moon, Ron is helping me today. Yes, it is June 14th at 8:30 p.m., right where you're watching me now. We do a full-blown spiritual practice. And I already know what I want to do for our spiritual practice. Of course, it's going to be based in the body. So we're going to do some spiritual practices involving our body tone. And I think that's it for now. So let me check in with Sekou.
Ain't nobody got time to be crying Thursday morning on a random. What you doing, Mel? What you doing? Trying to get people all up in their feelings. So shout out to the people in the chat who are amening you. Lindsay said some really nice things. Dan said some nice things. What you said was resonating with a lot of folks, including me. Because just you talking about you catching your child made me realize of a couple instances right now where I didn't catch my child. I was like, oh, there he go. So I'm gonna tell you guys one really quick one. So I created a brand new type of bracelet, brand new style, like a piece of metal that's curved around your wrist, whole new thing. And one of my most frequent customers hit me up to buy it off my wrist because I only made one prototype that I've been wearing. He wants to buy it off my wrist. And I was like, well, make me an offer. And he's read me an offer, and I refused to open it. I've been dodging his offer for days now. It's just ridiculous. And I didn't think about it in that way until you just talked about it. I was like, oh, okay. All right, little stick. Go on, open that message and get the offer and go on and live in the knowingness of acceptance, of abundance. So anyway, if you caught me out there, I know you caught some people who are watching the show. So everybody love your child, love up on your child, and just move in a different way. Keep that NE acronym, which Ron was gracious enough to put in the chat. I'll put it back up. There we go. Knowing expresses exactly.
Yes. Thank you, Sekou. Thank you for sharing that. Vanessa said we have a few co-producers today. That's how the congregation of joy moves. That's how we move. And speaking of that, you all know that Sekou has a new charity challenge for his birthday month. So please support the work that he's doing. He is supporting an organization called Back on Your Feet. And the goal is to raise $3,650, which is symbolic of his consecutive run of 365 days that concluded recently. So please support herocharityrun.com. Whatever amount you can give works. Just give. All right, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. We'll wrap up the NE series. Peace and blessings. Peace and justice. We're living life in joy. Oh, are we ever connected to our yes.